Pots, Pans, and Pioneers. Today we're going to be making a baked potato salad. So let's get started. Okay, welcome to Pots, Pans, and Pioneers. You're going to be able to find this recipe on our website at potspansandpioneers.com. Today we're going to be making baked potato salad. And you can eat this salad warm or you can eat this salad cold. It'll keep in the refrigerator probably 3 to 4 days, but it won't last long. So, meaning it's really, really good, and you're going to have people coming in and out of your refrigerator even if you have leftovers. So what I'm going to be using today is going to be yellow gold potatoes. Now, depending on how much potato salad that you like to make, that determines how many potatoes. I'm going to be serving about probably 4 to 5 people, so I have a hefty amount of potatoes in here. And what we're going to do is we're going to chop them up and get them on the stove to boil. You can also bake these. You know, a true baked potato is baked, but this particular recipe calls for boiled potatoes, so maybe it should be called boiled potato salad, loaded potato salad, I don't know. But this is going to be like a loaded baked potato in a salad form. So we're going to try and cube these up as best we can. And if you have one of those choppers that chops in cubes, the Vidalia chopper, I would strongly suggest using that. I don't have one, but I'm going to do this the old-fashioned way. I'm going to chop them up. So, and any bruises or anything, we're going to make sure and get that off. So, I'm just going to chop your potatoes. I'm going to cut them in halves, and then I'm just going to chop. So, you're getting like little, probably triangles, but it really doesn't matter. So I'm going to be dropping those into a bowl, a pot of barely salted water. We don't want to put too much salt in the potatoes. It does draw out some of the starch, so you do want some of them. And I've rinsed these off really good. So you're going to want to rinse them, make sure there's no sand or dirt. If you grow your own, make sure you get everything off. What I like about the yellow gold potato is that you don't have to peel it. The skin is so thin that it's not only edible, but it's just one of the easiest potatoes to work with. I use it for French fries, and I use it for mashed potatoes. I just love yellow gold potatoes. And hopefully you can find them in your area. I'm going to go ahead and finish chopping up the potatoes, and we'll be back. We get them ready to go on the stove, and then we'll start cooking rendering down our bacon, because you got to have bacon on your loaded baked potato salad. So we'll be back. Okay, we've got all of our potatoes chopped up, and I'm going to add a teaspoon, or really half a teaspoon, of kosher salt. So we need to make sure and have the water just a little bit salty to draw out any of the starch. This will preserve the potatoes and allow you to keep them for longer as well. And it will keep the potatoes, drying out the starch will keep them, pretty firm, and it won't be super mushy unless you let it cook for a very long time. We're going to cook these for about 15 minutes because yellow gold potatoes don't take very much time at all to cook, and then we'll drain them. So I'm going to go ahead and move these to another burner. And then we are going to, I fried up some bacon this morning for breakfast, so I've got a little bit of bacon grease. I always like to leave a little bit when you're starting to render down fresh bacon. It helps render it down better, and I save the fat to use for other things. We're going to be using if you can see this, see if I can get the camera to, we're going to be using an uncured center cut smokehouse bacon today. And this is a pound of bacon. I'm just going to cut it in half, and I'm only going to use half of it. If you're a real bacon lover, you're going to want to use a whole pound of bacon. My husband, he loves bacon, but I'm smart enough to know that when you give somebody a lot of bacon, okay, so this is just, I'm just using a pound of bacon chopped in half, and I'm gonna turn on my stove here. And you always want to cook bacon on low. It's low and slow. If you put your bacon on high, you're gonna not only burn it, you're gonna have a big greasy mess. So I'm just gonna layer the strips of bacon around the pan here. I always maybe start out at a medium heat, and then I always lower it to a very low heat. Bacon takes about 20 minutes on the stove, and that's if you cook it right. You can't get in a hurry to cook bacon. My husband likes crispy bacon. Some people like chewy bacon. You still use the same temperature, you just take it off sooner. And I always cover mine while it's cooking, so I don't ever use a shield or anything like that. So this is a half a pound of bacon, and we're gonna let this cook down. I've got it on medium to start, and when I hear it start to sizzle, I'm going to turn the temperature down to low, and we're gonna let it cook. So about the same amount of time the potatoes are gonna take to cook, the bacon's gonna take to cook. So we'll all be in sync. Okay, we're gonna be back as soon as the potatoes and the bacon are done. Okay, I have finished cooking the potatoes and the bacon, and I've drained the potatoes, and I'm going to pour them in some cold water to stop them from cooking. And we don't want mushy potatoes. We want good, decent potatoes. I'm going to run some cold water over them. So I'm going to stop the cooking, and I want to cool the potato down. Okay, so I've got the bacon all done, and this is just crispy bacon. I'm going to chop it up. I'm going to do a rough chop to put it into the salad, and then we'll get the rest of the salad ingredients going. We'll be right back. Okay, so you got to see this. I'm cooking bacon in the house, and you can smell it. So I'm going to see. You want some bacon? He smells bacon. He can't, he's blind, but he can smell bacon. So he knows when I get really close to him, he'll take it. He's such a sweet boy. He's my little bacon friend. Okay, Moosey, that's all. No more. Okay, so I've got the potatoes. We're going to drain them real quick. Make sure all the water's off of them. We're going to put them in our bowl. It's the dog with a toy. And what you're going to need is going to need to make sure and shred up some cheddar. This is Monterey Jack. This is just because what we like to have, but you could use a mild or sharp cheddar as well. You don't want to put your cheese in until the very last, because if there's any warmth at all in these potatoes, your cheese is going to melt. And this particular recipe, you're not going to want to have melted cheese in your potatoes. You can heat it up after it's all mixed together and absolutely have melted cheese. So I'm going to grind some fresh pepper. This is organic black pepper. I'm just going to grind up a little bit of that. This is organic garlic powder. I'm just doing a little shake over the potatoes. And I'm also going to add some Creole seasoning. I use Creole seasoning for a lot of things. I don't believe this company is organic, but I don't use very much. And I'm really trying to find or make my own Creole blend because I do really enjoy this particular brand. But it's probably got stuff in it you probably don't want to have in your diet. Okay, so I need to get a big spoon. So we can mix as we go. We're going to be mixing this together. Then we're going to add, this is organic mayonnaise that I got over at Sprouts. You can use homemade mayonnaise if you want to. And I'm going to use a half a cup, and I'm going to eyeball this because this is really for me like making potato salad. And I've got some fresh sour cream, and I'm going to put about half a cup of sour cream. Actually, I'm going to put about a cup. During the summer, I make a lot of different types of salads just because it's so hot outside. And it's always nice to have a salad for lunch, and not everybody likes, you know, green salad. I do macaroni salads. There's a recipe on my video list for La Madeleine pasta salad, and it is awesome. And I make it just about every summer, if not in the winter and fall. I just love it. And it's very expensive to go and buy it at the restaurant. Okay. So we've got our mayonnaise and our sour cream mixed in here. We're going to go ahead and add our bacon. And this is where you're also going to want to add chives or onions. I have a husband with an allergy of onions, and I know I say this in videos that I'm using onion, so if you've heard it once, I apologize. But I can't put onions and things because he can't have them. And I don't want to put dehydrated onions in here because they're going to be crispy, and we probably don't want it to be crispy. So when I dish this up, I usually put green onions or chives on my dish. But I don't mix it in here because he's highly allergic to it. Have cut back on fried foods. We boiled these potatoes, but this is really, really good. It needs a little bit more salt, but this really tastes yummy, like a loaded baked potato. I hope you've enjoyed this recipe today. You can find it on Pots, Pans, and Pioneers. And you can just click and press to print off the recipe. We're not asking for your email address, so it's unlike most of your recipes you see on Facebook. So I hope you'll try this recipe and give me your thoughts and comments. And, you know, add your own ingredients. You could really spice this up with some hot sauce or cayenne pepper. If you like spicy food, there's 1,000 ways you could turn this. So I hope you enjoy it, and come back and join us next time for another great video. Everybody have a great day. God bless.